range.
You knew they were getting excited.
All right, here's a big man, 6'6" and 5/8 of an inch, the tallest we've seen thus far.
Size of this tight end.
Look at the size of this guy, that's for sure.
He is enormous.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if my jaw completely hit the floor. But we're going to do something that I did in the previous video. We're going to count his strides, all right? Because this is most probably going to be some of the longest strides we'll see during this video. And the amount of the least amount of strides we've seen thus far is 17.5 or 17.75. So let's see how many this guy takes.
As well.
How about the size of this tight end?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Oh my gosh. We're 6'5". Blake White.
Pretty much bang on 18. You know you've got long strides when you're around about 18 strides over the 40-yard dash. Right, guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. This is Rugby Player Reacts to the tight ends running the 40-yard dash at the 2023 NFL Scouting Combine. It's been an amazing morning/afternoon so far. Israel Adesanya just regained his middleweight world championship over Alex Pereira. And being that I'm from New Zealand, being that Izzy is, well, a broken native, as you know, the tattoo suggests. But look, he's done it. He's done it again, and my energy was up here. Okay, I've had to bring it right back down to even have a chance of making these videos today. Am I going to be able to match it with some tight ends running the 40-yard dash? I don't know. Only time will tell. But without further ado, let's once again congratulate Israel Adesanya for doing it, doing the thing, regaining the belt, facing the most dangerous, most scary man on the entire planet right now, Alex Pereira. He's done it. He's taken back his crown. And now it's time to watch some tight ends run the 40-yard dash. And we begin with Davis Allen, number 1 off the blocks, in the blocks right here, 6'5" and 7/8 of an inch. Let's call him 6'6", 245.
Davis Allen.
If he can move.
6'6", tight end from Clemson. Runs the first 40 for a tight end here at the scouting combine, and it's a 4.86.
Now, I don't want to make any early calls. 4.86 is, I mean, for that size, anything under like 4.95, I mean, it's not elite, but it's certainly enough.
Pleasantly surprised. I had some questions watching tape a little bit, and then, you know, hearing his comments about having the cannon arm, I'm like, okay, are we going to...
4.91. Now, you know what? All I'm waiting for is just to see something that makes my jaw hit the floor. And we saw that yesterday with Anthony Richardson and also another guy, Prince. But I'm pretty confident we're going to see at least one or two guys that either their size, speed, or the combination of the two really impresses. So let's keep going.
One of the best, to me, one of the best performances of the combine as a thrower that
Tucker
But in terms
Kraft.
of helping yourself, who helped himself the most?
Go, boy!
With DTR.
4.7 flat.
Drew Brees, you know, again,
You love to see it.
He knew how to play. He was that same height, and he's one of the best that we've ever seen. So I think it is rare.
These are 4.61. Oh, Zach Cunts.
DTR.
Sorry,
We've
mate.
seen Drew Brees.
What the fuck? All right, so we don't have a height and weight for this guy, but running a 4.61.
And he's one of the best that we've ever seen.
Look at him go.
I think it is rare.
It's George Kittle the second. I think George Kittle ran a 4.55 for anyone wondering.
Since 2003 to measure at least 6'7" and jump 40 or more inches at the combine, and that was the #1 overall pick in 06, Mario Williams.
The top tight ends can all run right now.
Just little Mallory from the U. Live.
Not as tall as what we've seen, but the fastest.
I mean, that's happening tonight. I mean, I know it's Travis Kelce with his personality, but just...
I mean, when you think about height,
tight end.
what does constitute a tight end? I mean, there's no real restrictions. You're never going to see a guy who's 6 foot playing tight end, right? Although, did Taysom Hill line up at tight end one time? I think he might have. I think he's about 6 foot. But when you think, like, you know, 6 foot, I don't know, 6'2" is probably doable. 6'3", 6'4", 6'4" and about 240 pounds seems like it's the classic tight end build. And if you've got anything over about 35 inches of vertical, and if you're anything under 4.7 seconds for 40-yard dash. You've got the meat and potatoes sorted. But what about the condiments?
By the way, I'm 4.74 for Michael Mayer there.
Great time here as well.
The setup looks absolutely perfect.
He's moving, guys.
He is moving. He's just as fast as any wide receiver we've seen. I mean, not in the literal sense, but he looked like it.
Clean start.
Luke Schoonmaker.
Moving.
It's a great time.
6'5". Way to pass.
He's got some weight in the caboose there.
Not my decision.
Brenton Strange holding it down for Penn State.
Brenton Strange.
You knew they were getting excited. When
All right, here's a big man, 6'6" and 5/8 of an inch, the tallest we've seen thus far.
Size of this tight end. Darnell
Look at the size of this guy, that's for sure.
He is enormous.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if my jaw completely hit the floor, but we're going to do something that I did in the previous video. We're going to count his strides, all right? Because this is most probably going to be some of the longest strides we'll see during this video, and the amount of the least amount of strides we've seen thus far is 17.5 or 17.75. So let's see how many this guy takes.
as well.
How about the size of this tight end?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Oh my gosh, 4'6'5". Blake White.
Pretty much bang on 18. You know you've got long strides when you're around about 18 strides over the 40-yard dash, all right? Average, I would say, is most probably around about 20, 21, something like that. But when you're down as far as 18, you've got some long-ass legs.
4'7".
Enormous, and they can all move. Josh Wiley, that's a smooth run.
All right.
Josh Wiley.
This is from very, very tall men. Davis Allen. 4'8'4". Like I guess.
I really wanted to say that's just who he is, but in this case, it's not. He improves. That's what we can hope for.
Pro Bowl games where they're having the players do other sports.
Correct.
This is kind of like a pilot.
Now, I'm going to stop that. Not because of the times, although, you know, they're nothing really to write home about. I want to know, in perspective, how tall is this guy? Because he looks short compared to the rest of the field, right? So let's look him up. And I would assume his height, but every time I try and assume something, it seems to be off the mark. I'm going to say he's 6'2". 6'5"? What? You've got to be 6'5". 255 pounds.
If the NBA wanted to have 40-yard dashes instead of their dunk contest.
See, the reason why he looks just that little bit shorter is because he does have the weight, 255 pounds.
Or something like that.
No wonder he's running a 4'9".
These are like power forwards, essentially.
This is a good one here in Tucker Craft.
Running 40.
This guy reminds me of Brock Lesnar. And I don't know why. I feel like it's just the out-and-out effort, you know, just bringing that beast to the 40-yard dash. All right, let's look up this guy's height. Let's look up Tucker Craft's height. I'm going to say 6'2". I'm going to back myself here. 6'5", 254 pounds. I don't know what is going on with my initial take on these guys' heights, but I'm well off, and that will be the last time I do it.
I mean, if this is
once again a guy who looks just that little bit shorter because he's got that added mass.
Those amusement parks
runs a 4'7", 6'5", 255 pounds, running a 4'7".
What's the cutoff? Like 6'5.5" for this ride?
Zach Kuntz. What an absolute good cunt. That's a good thing here in Australia and New Zealand. 4'5". This is George Kittle II. Let's have a look at his height. I know I said I wasn't going to do this again, but on the 49ers are meeting with Zach Kuntz, would you believe? 6'8". What? Okay, my jaw has hit the floor. It inevitably has. They list him at 6'7", 255 pounds, 6'7", running a 4.55 40-yard dash. What?
I'd be too tall to ride the ride.
So
I'm super glad I looked that up.
Sam Laporta moment.
And that's a name I won't forget.
Ago. The Iowa tight end. Look how
Sam Laporta. Surely this guy is 6'2", or under. Surely. Either that, 6'4". Guys, I think we're just being absolutely treated with size in this tight end draft class. This is ridiculous. There has not been a single tight end under 6'4".
4.61. That's the idea, right? Just to keep everything moving forward the entire time. And here's Will Mallory.
Will Mallory
He doesn't need to, but let's
is
see.
moving.
You know it.
Well, he's just clocked the fastest time for a tight end this year. And it looked like it.
Michael Mayer moments ago. 4.74.
All right, a bit more, a bit further extension of the arms would have done him some favors, but
great to be out here, great to be seeing guys, you know, try to accomplish some of the things that I accomplished, you know, and I just been trying to.
I think that Al the Plus is in the lead right
Al the
now.
Plus.
oh, Shoemaker.
Luke Schoonmaker of Michigan, 4.65.
Great time.
Wolverine rolling Penn State.
He's a good player as well. Use him flexed out.
Brenton Strange. There's no way I'm going to let him go without looking at his height, because he does look the shortest of the bunch. And if he's 6'4", I'll just blow me down. Seriously, I'll eat my hat. This one. It's going to be very interesting to see how some of these guys move, which is what we're going to do next. 6'3", would you believe? 6'3" for the big man, Brenton Strange.
At the size of this tight end, Darnell Washington from Georgia. He is enormous.
Oh my gosh, 4.65.
4.65. What's gonna look? What's gonna happen here? What is gonna happen here? Darnell. What are we gonna see here? Darnell Washington. Oh, just your average. 6'7". Unbelievable. 6'7", 270 pounds, running a 4.65 40-yard dash.
A team jumps out at you too.
Some teams this year are going to receive some absolutely unbelievable raw talent. It's what they can do with it.
And then you slap the 0 on him.
Like,
Solid. You know, as far as technique's concerned, as far as like, you know, clean runs, the tight ends really brought it home. No stumbles, nothing negative really, just solid 40-yard runs from some incredibly big athletes. And that brings us to the end of the video. So, I mean, I know that I said at the start that I wasn't completely sure whether I was going to be able to bring the energy, but you know, when I sit down and I start watching some guys just absolutely put it all out there, and then I see their heights and weights, and geez, I haven't even seen them catch a ball yet, and I'm already bringing that energy. So that's what I hope you guys can do too for the draft. I will be here for the draft. We've got probably 3 or 4 more videos left in this series. They will be coming out in chronological order, and well, I just hope that you guys can get some enjoyment from them. I'm not earning any money from these. These are just for fun. They're in my spare time, and I do them for you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.